Helen Keller. How fortunate are those who are born into this world with two eyes to see all its beauty. But there are some unfortunate people who can neither see nor hear. They cannot see the lovely flowers blooming in the gardens or hear the birds singing sweet songs. But worse is the fate of those who could see and hear once, and then no more. However, many of them are courageous and bold. They accept the challenge of their fate and try to live life cheerfully. One such brave and courageous person was Helen Keller. Helen Keller was born in 1880 in a little town of the United States of America. Up to the age of 2, she was quite a normal child. She could see and hear everything. In February 1882, little Helen fell seriously ill and became blind and deaf. Her parents were very sad, but they never gave up, they never lost hope. When Helen was 7 years old, her life changed completely. Her father heard about Miss Sullivan, a woman who had become blind at one time, but she was one of those lucky few who regained their sight. This woman chose to thank God for His kindness by helping other blind people and bringing hope and happiness in their lives. Helen's father approached her and asked her to come and look after his blind child. Miss Sullivan agreed and started teaching Helen. One day the two of them went to the river bank. Miss Sullivan took Helen's hand and dipped it in the water. Slowly she made her write "WATR" in the sand. She made Helen do the same thing several times and finally Helen could spell the word water. Helen felt excited because she knew that at last there would be some light in her dark world. The work was very slow and difficult, but Miss Sullivan was very kind and patient. Little by little, she taught Helen about mountains and rivers and about history and geography. She even taught her how to count and do sums. When Helen was 8, she was sent to school for blind children. Although Helen was blind and deaf, she could speak. But she had forgotten how to speak. Her teacher was aware that often people who could not hear did not speak because we speak the words and language that we hear. So, she started helping her to regain her speech. She would put Helen's hand on her own lips and let her feel the movements of the lips at the time of speaking. Helen did many exercises of this kind and finally, at the age of 10, she was able to speak again. "What a joy!" she exclaimed. By and by, she learned to read books. These books were printed in a special language developed for blind persons, called Braille. The words were written with raised points instead of being printed, and she read them by touching them with her fingers. In this way, she was able to read as much as other people could. She passed all her examinations easily. She went to college, and then to the Harvard University. She graduated from the university without difficulty. In fact, she proved to be a better student than many others. Her teachers loved and admired her. In 1956, Helen Keller visited Pakistan. She was 76 but still very active. She came to Pakistan to see how she could help other deaf and blind people. She addressed many gatherings and encouraged those with similar shortcomings. She also visited the school for the deaf, dumb and blind, in Karachi. Addressing the students, she said, "How wonderful it is to be with you, my sons and daughters. Always be happy and cheerful. Never curse your fate. You can do everything in this world." She also praised the volunteers, who were working and teaching there with so much zeal and selfless dedication.